So that's what.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't say why you got into MMA. Why you like fighting so much? Where did that come from?
I feel like it changed my life. Like learning how kickboxing. I'm a mini version of that UFC fighter. Like I got into it, and it really led me like down the path of self improvement from the age of like 17, 18. Yeah, massively. Like once you really put yourself in those dark places physically, and you've got a man stood across from you. Like I used to have guys in the gym that were like amateurs or semi-pros or have had pro fights. You'd have like a guy called Philip with an F, Eastern European. You know this guy can scrap, bro. Philip with an F. And this guy was bald, beard, 5'9", so thick, bro. He looked like a fridge. And he's just the nicest guy outside of the ring. But in the ring, he will try and knock you out. I've seen him knock people out. I've seen him flatline somebody, KO, and that guy got knocked out. And then my trainer goes, John, you got to take over. And I had to get in there with him.
Jesus Christ.
The guy's 90 kg. I'm like 79 kilograms, 80 kilograms. The guy's 90. And you're literally watching this guy like peel off the floor like, oh, like that, like looking white. And then Phillips just stood there like with his gloves like, and you go like,
fight
okay,
now, brother.
tap gloves. Boom, but because I'm 10 kg lighter, bro, it pays out. And sparring, it was only sparring for that situation, but it works in your favor when you're much lighter because he's just swinging and you're like out the way,
right.
out the way.
You can see it coming,
like too quick. But if he hit me, mate, I wouldn't look anything like this anymore.
When you said Philip, it killed me, bro. That's my best friend's name with an F, like Philip. Yeah. I was like, bro, he's this is great.
Is he hard? Is he a hard nut?
He's not a fighter, but he's like 6'3".
He's not a real Philip, bro. He's not a real Philip.
Did you go to the gym by yourself? Did you you ended up deciding, or did your parents or your mom, make you go to the gym?
I went with my best friend, who's like as a child best friend, and we both started. So we started kickboxing together for like 2-3 years, and then he left and went somewhere else because he moved town. But I stayed in the gym for like another 3 years, and then I started Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he started Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And then one of my coaches at my kickboxing gym was like I won a few awards from kickboxing, which is sick. And he was like, your hands are so good, you should come down to my boxing gym. And that's where I sort of had a few fights at the boxing gym, because it's like if you enter a new gym, and my coach was like a slight coach at the boxing gym as well. But I was there and I was hitting the bag my first day. And I remember they were like, I was like, can I spar today or something? Because it was like, get into groups if you want to go spar. And they were like, oh, you can't spar, you're new, like whatever. And I was like, well, I've got experience in kickboxing. And they were like, yeah. And then my trainer walks through the door from the kickboxing gym, and he's like late. Big 6'3" geezer, like proper East End London, really nice guy, and he's like, John, what the fuck are you doing over there? Why are you on the bag? And I was like, they won't let me. And he walks up to the boxing coach, he's like, why are you not letting him fight? And he was like, let him fight. So then I got in there with the amateur, and to be fair, I felt bad for the amateur kid because he was like 18 and I was like 22, and he was probably like 68 kg and I was like 78 at that point. And he was definitely a better boxer than me, but because I was just bigger, like it was just like every punch I hit, was just a bit like, oh my God. But I gassed out quick because it was like fucking boxing is a lot more tiring because it's so many more rounds. It was like 6 3-minute rounds. By the 6th, I was just like, can we stop? Like, can we just stop before this kid knocks me out? Because I can't breathe. Like, I cannot breathe.
Imagine McGregor said that against Diaz like 3 rounds in. He's like, guys.
Should we just call it a draw?
It's not looking good for him. Let's be it's the 3 rounds. What do you guys think is going to happen? He's going to magically have more cardio than me in the last 4 and 5? Come on.
Yeah, so, but martial arts is something that massively changed my life. And I've always had quite a high work ethic, and it translated well to that because you have to in that, it's intense. I
think after the corona comes or finishes, I think I'm going to go back to like jiu-jitsu. That's to me, and I think even if like when I have a kid, I'm going to get him into like jiu-jitsu right off the bat. There's nothing that teaches discipline better than martial arts. Like there's just something so humbling about coming in and being completely, horrible at something, and like how basically someone can kill you at any point. They can choke you at any point, and then you learn 100%. From that, and then you become someone that's highly trained. And then the next gen, like there's such a nice thing with gyms, especially even though I went for a couple months, there's like a camaraderie that's
100%.
You can't find in any other sport. I've played tennis, I've played basketball, I've played soccer, I've played volleyball. The amount of jealousy and bullshit that goes on in these sports, like I want to take the last shot, I want to do this. MMA, there's nothing. And even the MMA guy that I had on my podcast, the nicest, no offense, the nicest guy I've had on this podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Not
of
even
course.
close. He's just such a nice guy. I come into his streams, he's thanking everyone. He has like 5 to 10 people coming into his streams. He's super nice with everyone. Like, and he's a trained killer. He doesn't have to be. He can murder everyone you love.
That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. That's the same with my gym when I was going. You'd be getting manhandled and choked out like properly, like someone's going for you, and they tap me out, and I'd literally go, "Could you show me how you did that?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course, man." So basically, go ahead, and they get you on your back. So your arm was like here. You want to have your arm here, and you got to try and get an escape with the hips. So you got to push with your heel into. And I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." So this guy really can just like turn it on, like someone's trying to, and then he just turns it off straight away. But yeah, it's an amazing sport. Well,
it's because he was there though. He was in that position you were in, and someone helped him out. And it's like this lineage of people that are just trying to help each other get better at something. There's really
100%.
There's no like. Maybe there's some people that are assholes. Of course, there's always assholes in life that have jealousy.
Nelly,
but
I've seen some arseholes in gyms. I've seen some arseholes. I've seen a guy who just claimed he had no experience. He was huge, and he like nearly knocked somebody out at our gym. And then one of our coaches was like, "Come on in, spar." And the coach, in front of everybody, beat the shit out of this guy, and he never came back. Like, he was like, "No, come on. Oh, yeah, I didn't know you could spar. Like, get in the ring. Let's go. Let's spar." And he was just like, honestly going like 100%, like throwing head kicks and stuff. And this guy was like, wait, like, oh, like that. And the guy, I think he was like, "Don't come back to my gym ever again. Like, don't say you've never had experience and then start trying to knock people out in like 30% contact sparring sessions."